And the shutdown comes as President Trump celebrated his one-year anniversary in office. Now, Phil and I asked former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown how he thought the president and the country are doing 1 year in.
He survives easily. The quality of the opposition from a voter attractiveness standpoint is so much lower than it should be. And in view of the fact that he is dealing with a collection of people that are so disappointed in their own lives, he represents relief. So he's okay.
In other words, let me translate that. The opposition is pathetic. They don't look good. They're not entertaining. And so Trump wins.
That's right.
Meanwhile, I've aged like 5 years. Like in this past year, I feel like time has no meaning. Things happen one day after the next, and it feels like it was a week ago. Everything is a little more blurry after this first year. But the institutions have held pretty much. The judicial branch in particular has stepped up to act as a check like it's supposed to. So, you know, there's some issues with our diminished standing in the world, potentially other issues, but for the most part, the institutions have stood.
It really is all about whether or not Donald Trump keeps being Donald Trump. Yesterday, a few days ago, when his chief of staff, Kelly, said, well, you know, he was not fully informed before he took a position on the wall. The next minute, Trump is already in. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I do know what I'm talking about.
By now, he was either going to be out or calmed down / grown up. He hasn't changed, and nobody's gotten him out.
That's right. I mean, there was this whole, you know, maybe he'll pivot. Everyone's waiting for him to be more presidential. And I remember being at the inauguration a year ago, and he's up there giving a speech, and people in the audience thinking, oh, well, this is, you know, this is going to be the time from here on out. He's going to be, you know, a statesman. And yeah.
So what's your prediction for this year?
He is consistent with being unpredictable. That's the only thing you know about this man. You can just assume that he is going to do something bizarre. And you look forward to it, frankly. And believe me, he is going to survive for the next 3 years doing exactly the same thing, unless Tom Steyer gets it.
Last week in Sacramento, State Attorney General Javier Becerra said he cannot confirm whether the raids would actually happen, but KPIX 5 has learned that ICE is preparing to arrest more than 1,500 undocumented immigrants across Northern California. So Phil and I asked former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown if he thought these immigration sweeps are just a way for the federal government to strike back at sanctuary cities.
Total and complete payback. The minute you say sanctuary state, sanctuary city, sanctuary county, clearly the Trump administration and Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, places a bullseye on your head. And if that happens, that's what's going to happen.
Well, and the acting director keeps saying we are going after these sanctuary areas because they're, you know, they're shutting us out and we have to do this. But at the same time, and I'm not trying to diminish the act of an immigration raid, but the truth is, as long as you just say we're going to do this, we're gearing up, we're ready to go, whether or not you actually make those raids, the fear that you instill, the fear that you engender, you know, I think it helps the, you know, the purposes of people like Homan, even if you don't ever follow up with the raids.
But Melissa, you literally shut down some businesses. Some of these places have probably 50% of the people who will be concerned enough not to show up for work, who will be concerned enough to not want to be anywhere near where the raid might happen. And believe me, the network of saying when the raid is going on, oh man, it's going to be groovy. Californians are going to keep being sanctuary friendly. They're going to keep looking out for a whole number of people who contribute substantially to what happens in this state in every category, period. And so you aren't going to have Californians running away. They might hide, but they aren't leaving.